Nothing will be impossible with God. The redemptive action of Christ is the power upon which rests the whole spiritual life of all souls, striving to be freed from evil and raised up to God. Christ has an ever-active and efficacious love directed to the Father and to us. He himself told us this: "As a branch cannot bear fruit all by itself, but must remain a part of the vine, neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches." The branches can live only if they are united to the vine and receive the sap from it. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are overburdened, and I will give you rest." That is, burdened under the weight of your faults and sufferings. Jesus also says, "And when I am lifted up from the earth, I shall draw all men to myself." Life itself teaches us that the strength of a soul in the midst of trials and temptations comes from its practical and experiential consciousness of the infinite value of the redemption of the cross, of the omnipotent efficacy of Christ's death on the cross. In the confessional one day, a poor woman was explaining to a priest the moral anguish in which she found herself. She was having a terribly rough time. She was abandoned by her husband, her sons, and by all her friends. She had been seriously falsely accused by those on whom she should have been able to rely, and she was sick and very hungry. This priest, seeing that he was dealing with a true Christian, said to her directly, "Our Lord suffered more than you for love of you." And that poor woman, even in her dark time, with full conviction exclaimed, "That's true, that's really true." She again found strength in her and was able to continue on her way. According to the definition of the Church, the redemptive act of Christ has an infinite value and efficacy. It makes satisfaction for any guilt whatsoever, repairs fully any offense against God, even though its gravity is infinite. It satisfies for all the sins of us, and still more than that. It compensates for all the rebellions against God, all the apostasies, all the acts of despair and presumption, all the feelings of hatred, and all kinds of crime. It merits all graces for even the most degraded souls, provided that they are not stubbornly fixed in evil. It is impossible to think of a limit to the efficacy of the redemptive act, because Jesus' loving blood has no limit for us.